Okay, this video, I found this hard to do. I've been trying to do this video, I'm not gonna lie, for years. And I mean, I've done it in a way just like I did my video on size 16 and I watched, I think it was like the perfect 16 or something like that. Uh or like the perfect size 16. It was about plus size models and all that other shit and all that other good shit. Because you talk about weight, usually, especially, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm a fat nigga myself. So I'm not coming. The way this is, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not coming from a bashing area. And as a fat nigga myself, I know I'm a fat nigga. So it's not like I'm out here looking for like super thin models or a size 2 and all that other shit. It's just that, especially as a black man, because a lot of people, even as big people, when we bash each other on weight, a lot of people like to, throw the weight back in our face like we don't know we fat too. It's like, especially black men, it's just like, we know we fat too. Sometimes, some people, it gets to people, but other people, it's just like, yeah. That's why, like, I always say, like, if you try to throw, jokes at a fat nigga, it's just like, usually the fat nigga is also the funny nigga, and he will light you up. Look up Bruce, look up Lavelle Crawford, look up any fat nigga that, that's funny. Like, them niggas know how to joke. Like me, because, like, I've been up and down with weight. I knew how to joke. And and the thing is, I knew that people was going to come at me with fat. So it's just like, I knew how to handle shit. So it's one of those things. It's just that I'm always on go. It's like you could joke the fat shit, but I always felt like my jokes was funnier, and they were. Which it gets to a point where it's just like, yo, don't get him started, cause he will get to. So anyway, we're in a. I want to start with this because when I was in the Navy and I was like in better shape, obviously, than I was in the Navy. One thing when I realized when I started going to other countries is that they don't have that much sugar in their fucking drinks because, especially over there in Europe and the Arab countries, we had, there's not that much sugar in that shit. And I'm not gonna lie, America gets you so addicted to sugar, is like, I never got adjusted to Durka-Do. And that's what we called it. Like, some people gonna talk about how you shouldn't say Durka and all that shit, and I do agree with that. It's just, but that's the only way I can pronounce it because that's the only thing we fucking kept calling it. It's like the Arab sodas and all that stuff. You had the Mountain Dews, we had Pakistani Mountain Dews and all that other stuff. They didn't have that much sugar in it, and it just didn't taste right. And it's just like, damn. You realize as an American, it's like, damn. You are really, really addicted to sugar. Sugar is in a lot of shit. So, but also, going over there, I tried a steak from every place I went to. When I went to France, I went to Dubai, Bahrain, and Suda Bay, Greece. Side note, if you ever go to Suda Bay, Greece, it is fucking gorgeous. Suda Bay, Greece is fucking gorgeous. But everywhere I went to, I tried the steak. And one thing I always noticed is that the portion size was always smaller. Even when I went to a McDonald's in France, it was like Marseille, France. And I asked for a Big Mac. And it was like, you want that super size? A super size is like a fucking medium. So, let's just say, America, we some fat motherfuckers in general. It's not only just the way we eat, the way we fucking produce food. It's fucking like, they're fucking huge as hell. You've seen them burgers where it's just like they're fucking huge for no reason. If anybody remember the 90s, you seen the supersized Big Macs or the Grand Macs? Them shits was big as fuck. Like, you understand this shit. So, once you come back to America, I went with my father because my father came down because I was coming home from the deployment. One of the last people to get off. Me and my father went out, and I went to go eat a steak. An American steak. And that thing was big, juicy paws. Like, it was a big old American steak. And when I tell you I enjoyed myself. So, it was just, mwah. Like, that fucking steak was just, mwah. So, with that being said, like weight is kind of like uh I don't want to say taboo, but it's just like a lot of people feel like if you want to talk about weight, you should be in shape yourself. In which, yeah, but at the same time, I feel like even big people, especially big men, we get it too. It's just like it's obvious. So, but we as far as big men, we try to get in when we fit in. We know that sometimes no girl don't want, they don't want a fat fucker or some shit like that unless you like really got money or you're like 6 foot. As a black man, or I don't want to say black man, but if you're like country strong fat nigga, some girls will fuck with you. But or if you're like 6'4", I honestly like I seen like girls in great shape fuck with like 6'4" big niggas. Just because they look like they could protect you. And them niggas are country strong, and them niggas is like, if you ever try to fight one of them niggas, because I was like, another story, like when I was in high school and crunk music was all the rage, I had this one big ass nigga, and he was like 6 foot, fucking throwing bows at me. Nigga almost sent me flying. It's like, I took that shit like a champ though. But that nigga threw a bow at me. I'm not gonna lie, that shit knocked me off fucking balance. I was like, God damn. And sometimes, and I tell, usually big nigga, I knew another dude. My father asked me to help someone move, and he was a big boy, but he was like country strong, and he was just like country strong. He played football and all that shit, so that nigga was carrying all that heavy shit, and I was like, but the dude, he's a gentle soul, and like, we had conversation with him, nigga like cars. He want to do stuff for the country and all that stuff. Like, he's an all around good guy. That dude, regardless of his weight, I can see him getting girls. Now, I do think like part of getting girls is having the confidence of, being yourself and all that shit. Yeah, some women don't like big old, big niggas and all that other shit and all that. You would rather have an Idris Elba than, let's say, Anthony Anderson in 2000. Or like the Transformers and all that other shit. I can see, like, niggas will obviously, like, we get it. Like, some niggas will get it. It's just like, I expect you to pick up, like, you pick Idris Elba over me, like, all of a sudden, you like, you want to go with me? You be like, me? What? Really? Like, it's one of those. But, when it comes to women, like, you gotta be careful. But one thing I've always thought about women is just like, one thing, and this is where it's going to get hard, because one thing about, talking about a woman's weight, because, this the whole thing, you don't talk about a woman's weight, but women are really sensitive about their weight and all that other stuff. You can see it with the Lizzo shit. And this is not to bash black women, and this is not to bash Lizzo. But, I've always seen, like, dudes is just like, how can I say this? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a big girl and all that other stuff. Ain't nothing wrong. And these are in shape dudes saying that. But I don't ever see these in shape dudes like putting these big girls on their front. I see it in TikTok now, but I could look at, if you ever look at those big girls, they're like not sloppy. They're not sloppy. Like, yeah, they're thick. Yeah, they may have a pooch belly a bit, but some of these joints is not sloppy.
Listen, if she don't got thick thighs, I can't say hi. If she got rolls on her back, that ass getting smacked. She don't got enough gelatin if she can't crush my skeleton. And if she got a gut, I'm down for whatever. What's up?
Whatever. And I understand, like, people do like big girls. They legitimately like big girls. Especially skinny niggas. I know skinny niggas that just love big girls. Redman used to always talk about he loved big girls, more cushion for the pushing, and all that other shit. So it's just that, there are people out there that do fuck with big girls. So, but I've always said, like, what type of big girl are you fucking with? Like, cause I had this talk with my sisters and my father yesterday, and I was like, I need to rethink this. Not rethink this, but, retell this. Because my sister, like, she's a big girl, but I always said she could still pull any nigga she wanted to. because she's not sloppy with her shit. And my sister know how to dress for her size. Like, and my sister, and she's a beautiful girl. My sister's a beautiful woman. But one thing I've always said about my sister is that you dress, and I told her this, and I tell anybody this, my sister could dress better than any skinny girl out there. And my sister is she's one of those girls, she's not sloppy big. It's just like, she's very proportioned. So it's just like, if she does like want to go to the gym and get a body right, like she can nab anybody she fucking want to. She can still nab anybody she want to, but I don't see a lot of people turning her down. That's what I'm saying. Now, but it gives me the thought. It's just like, okay, because people talking, like I said, these people on big, on TikTok, and they got these big girls, and they talk about, oh, you love me a big girl, and I'm like, what type of big girl you looking for? Because I don't see a lot of, like, don't get me wrong, I've been to conventions and I've been to anime conventions, and I said this many a times. The dudes was in shape, like they had muscles and everything, and some of the girls they with, they were BBWs. Take that how you want. And I've always left it at that. Take it how you want. Never really seen the opposite, but I seen the girls who just like BBWs. And you know what's funny? Usually when the big girls is with the girls that's in shape, and with the big dudes that's with the girls in the shape, the big dudes is eventually he'll start losing the weight. I see that all the happen. It's like, I know a couple people who's like, they were big, and then all of a sudden, and they was with a girl that's just like out of slim or in shape or something like that. A couple of them just start dropping pounds, and I'm like, damn, my nigga, you was just big. And I say it all the time. It's just, oh man, I see you, man. You dropping all that weight, man. You was like, where the fuck you go? It's just like, niggas been working out, man. Try to eat right and all that other shit. So I always say, the right person will get you to eat right and all that other shit. So with that being said, but back to the point, it's just that, I do believe that, especially when it comes to the black community, because I'm only speaking for the black community, we've always never really had a problem with women who are thicker. All right. Do we want a girl that's in shape? Of course. I remember when Amara La Negra, when I first saw her, she was always like curvy. Now, even at her thickest, and she had like a round face and all that stuff, nobody really cared. It's like, she looked good. And then, she dropped all that weight. She got muscles. Now she's pregnant now, but it's just like, people look at her now, it's just like, oh man, it's just like, oh, you can see the transformation. A couple of girls I knew when I went to college, it's just like, they wasn't fat. They just had round faces and all that other stuff. And then all of a sudden, they started working out, and now they just in the gym and all that other stuff. They look good. It depends on who you with. But the big girls, they feel like they could pull any nigga. And this is where I get to, like, tell the people dress their size, because some big girls feel like you can wear anything. You should be able to wear anything you want, and you just have the confidence to look sexy. And say, okay, confidence is one thing, but I always feel like y'all wear shit that's just not for y'all. And I see this in a lot of, people, the body positivity shit and all that other shit. I said, I can understand, you wanting to wear it, but some shit just don't look good on y'all. Especially if your body is sloppy. Now, me as a big dude, yes, like, I don't think I'm sloppy, but, I'm a noticeably big dude. I'm not sloppy with it, and I'm trying to prevent that. But I'm not sloppy with my shit, so it's just that, but I always say, if I lose the weight, I'm good. But also know, like, okay, I can't wear this type of shirt. It's not going to look good. It's going to look in proportion. I'm going to look sloppy. I'm going to look sloppy with this shit. So I always try to wear clothes, pertaining to my size to make me still look good, even at, at my weight at now. And I feel like, and this is not, like I said, this is not the best black woman, but when I tell people to dress their size, it's not the best in women, and I don't expect you to wear muumuus, because I do see big girl fashion that look good, but y'all want to wear shit, some of the shit that the skinny girls be wearing, and it just don't look good on y'all. I honestly think there are some clothes that I feel like only people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's no one size fit all, or you should be able to wear this whether you big or sloppy. No, I don't think so. Y'all seen Nikado Avocado, motherfucker? And this is a dude, a Nikado Avocado, and like you see the fucking shirts he wears. It's just waterway shirts, and he got these tight ass shirts with his belly hanging out. That shit looks sloppy, right? That shit looks sloppy. You see his gut hanging low and all that other shit. It's just like, bruh. And half the time you be like, bruh. And I'm not bashing on him, but you can tell. And then, like, this other part is just like, I can still get dick. All that stuff. And I always say this, because a lot of women, like, weight or not, but a lot of women, y'all always have this attitude that I can still get dick. And it's just like, is it the dick you want? Or is it the dick you settle with? And I'm not saying, like, big girls can't get the dick they want. I'm pretty sure there are big girls that pull, like, the men they want. Even when some of the dudes, like, they look at it, it's just like, I normally don't fuck with big girls, but there's something about you. Like, I normally don't fuck with big girls, but there's something about you that you just want to try. You're like, I can understand you getting it with them type of dudes, because them type of dudes is just interested. So I had downloaded a bunch of pictures because it's just like, okay, yeah, you're a big girl, but what type of big girl you are? So this is going, like I said, when I do this, I'm not trying to be mean. When I swear to you, I'm not trying to be mean when I'm doing this. So, because I feel like, yes, dudes will tell you, yeah, they fuck with a big girl, but what type of big girl are you fucking with? So, I got pictures of celebrities, because I'm not going to use normal people. I got pictures of celebrities, and I don't want to say at their biggest, but but it defines different body types, right? So we're going to start with Monique. Monique, now, I feel like a lot of people will fuck with. Yeah, she's still technically fit, and she's still technically a big girl and all that other stuff. But Monique now, y'all would definitely, like, if a girl walked to you like Monique now, y'all would definitely date her. And I always said that. They'll date a Monique now. But the way Monique carried herself, and Monique knew how to dress, even back then, when, those Parker days when she was at her biggest, weight-wise and star-wise. And this is an Oscar win. She won an Oscar, too. But I've always loved Monique. She had this confidence, and I feel like, she was always rapping for the big girl. She did the movement. I feel like she did it right. I've always said that. She did it right, with the big girls movement. So, the picture I have of Monique, I feel like, is niggas gonna be fucking with that? Hell yeah, niggas gonna be fucking. I feel like if you have a Monique type of personality, I feel like she could pull any nigga though. I don't feel like it was. Now y'all gonna. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a lot of traction for this, but you look at Monique shit, and I feel like the way she was portraying herself, it was all confidence. Now we're gonna get to Lizzo. Obviously a different body shape, and she's obviously, if she might be bigger than what Monique was. Like I said, all body types are different. So this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you might fuck with a big girl, but what type of big girl are you fucking with? Now, Lizzo has been the butt, no pun intended, she has been the butt of many fucking jokes, especially big jokes, all right? A lot of people have done bagged on Lizzo. But I don't think it's because of her weight. I think it's because of her personality. I feel like she just does too much. That's the thing about Lizzo. Where a lot of people get mad at Lizzo. Because there's people like, oh, you fat phobic and all that stuff. And a lot of people say, no, Lizzo just does too much. All right, whether it's showing your ass out at the Laker game. Look, I understand you're an entertainer. You gonna wear shit. And even the shit she do where she was just like showing her ass off. Like she went on a whole spin when she was like showing her ass off of Instagram. She was doing dumb shit after dumb shit. It's just like, why the fuck? It got to a point where it's just like every time I used to hear about Lizzo, it got to a point where I'm like, I don't want to talk about Lizzo unless it's about music. Now, I'm talking about her now, just the, the whole thing, weight thing, but because you can't talk about women's weight and not bring up Lizzo. And like I said, I'm not bashing. But do I think niggas will fuck Lizzo? Here's the thing. I think niggas will fuck Lizzo, but you're not hearing about it. Yes, in the face, she's very pretty. She's a very pretty girl in the face-wise. Now, all these women that I'm bringing up are very pretty in the face-wise. That's one thing. But could you see yourself with her? That's the problem. Or, could you see yourself with her or just giving her, fucking her just to see what fucking a fat girl feel like? That's really the real question. It's like, do you see people being in a relationship with her? And honestly, she shot a shot at people like Chris Evans or, some other motherfuckers. And a lot of them turned her down. Respectfully, but they turned her down. So it's just like, it's just like, I know even in like some of our podcasts, just like, ain't nothing wrong with a big girl. I never said there was nothing wrong with a big girl. What type of big girl you fucking with? A lot of people, you're not fucking with Lizzo because she do too much. And that's really where it comes to her. It's not really a weight thing. Yes, they crack jokes on her weight, but it's always with Lizzo, it's always her doing too much. And I feel like this is where a lot of people, like, get it twisted. And I'm going to end that before I start repeating myself. The next person I'm going to be talking about, Takara Jones. The first time you ever saw Takara was on America's Next Top Model.
Hi, I'm here. I'm Takara. I'm big, black, beautiful, and loving it.
I'm not going to lie. When I watched America's Next Top Model as a straight black man, it's like I get to watch the show, a bunch of women, going around and all that stuff. But I also watched it for artistic. Like, you get to, honestly, when you watch America's Next Top Model, and it's funny because I'm in film and videography, and I do a little photography on the side. You realize a lot of shit that I learned from this show. Like, there was one girl, she was dark and she was beautiful. Very beautiful. And like in person, and Tyra Banks said this, and a lot of people said this. In person, she's gorgeous. And I can't remember, but she was dark-skinned, and she was very beautiful. In person, you are very beautiful. But for some reason, it does not go through on the photos. And I know a lot of women like that. It's just like, in person, you are very, very, very beautiful. But when it comes to taking your photos, it's just like, it's not there. That's why a lot of people say, you look better than your photos. It's just like, damn, do I take bad? It's just like sometimes a lot of people, even beautiful people, are not photogenic. That's why you gotta have, one girl, I'm not gonna mention her name, but I knew a girl, in person, super beautiful. And I think she's super beautiful. Strikingly beautiful. But she used to do this thing with her lips. It's like duck lips and all that other shit. And it used to come off in photos. And one of my homeboys, we had this conversation. And I said, as beautiful as she is, she got to work on that photo shit, because like she do this shit with her lips and it shows on her fucking photos and all that other stuff. Once she stopped doing that, like her photos came out better. But he knew how to take her photos. She used to get photos from everybody. Everybody gets it. And like you could tell, like some photographies, it's like it didn't come out right. But with my homeboy, he knew how to do it. He knew how to take photos with it. It got to a point where she would just grab him and take his photos, because she knew that he took great photos. Takara, big girl. She's always been a big girl. She's always been represented as a big girl. But even you can see niggas fucking with Takara. But only thing I feel like a lot of people won't fuck with Takara because she is tall. She's 5'9". She's my height. All right. A lot of people, they will probably be intimidated by her, because not only she's 5'9", she's also going to be wearing heels, which is probably going to throw her up to like 5'11", 6 foot. So I can see a lot of people be intimidated, because yes, dudes are intimidated by tall women in height, like the Amazonian looking women. I don't understand. I like them. I've never been intimidated by it. You can knock them all down. I'm being funny, but when I first saw Takara, I always thought she was beautiful, big girl or not. I just thought she was beautiful, and it's just like you looking at her, and it's like even at her biggest, I feel like she could pull any nigga she wanted to, and she also had that confidence like she could pull any nigga she wanted to. It's just like she is definitely like lost some of that weight. She's still curvy though, but she's definitely lost that weight, and it's just like she's still good. But I feel like a lot of niggas, especially if you're black, them the type of girls you see every day. The Takara Joneses, especially if they're thick a little bit. Them the type of girls you see every day. They may have a little pooch belly on them, but you're not really like, girl, please. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And this is where I feel like a majority of women are. Yes, there are a lot of Lizzos, and we have a lot of, like, especially in the black women society, there's a lot of overweight women and all that. But a lot of women, however you feel about the BMI, that's how you feel about the BMI. If you feel like it doesn't include black women, because let's be real, black women, like, even like at a thicker, where it's like, thicker, even at, I'm not going to say you're thickest, but even at some proportion, you are still healthier than some skinny women. I do agree with that. There is a point. But, that's not, but most of that is dealt with anorexia and all that other stuff. So even at, like, one of my homegirls, Crystal, she's not fat, but she knows she's, according to the BMI, she is overweight. But she still look good. It's like, she's not, like I said, she's also not sloppy. But she also feels like she need to lose the weight. And that's on her, if she feels like that. But she's not sloppy though. And that's the thing about Takara. I said that. She's not sloppy. But I feel like when people talk about big women, or the big women they talking about, or having a little bit extra, they talk about that. I don't see a lot of niggas banging down Gabourey Sidibe's door. Alright? I don't give a fuck who you will. And I know a couple dudes that, like, literally like big girls. And, like, they will knock on Gabourey Sidibe's door. Them niggas, they will knock on their door. But a lot of y'all that, portray liking big girls, this is about as big as you'll go. A Takara. Or Jill Scott, which is another picture, like, the thing about Jill Scott is that, yeah, she's big, but she's also big titties. If you are a titty man, some of your girls is just like, and this is where some of the girls, I be like, they think they fat, and I tell them, you're not fat, you're just big-breasted. And it's just like, there's no better way to put it, because some of them, they're just big-breasted, and the rest of their body's just like either curvy, or it's just like slimmed down. Like, they may have big titties but no ass or some shit like that. But they're not built like a ball in a cup. Or like the muffin top. They're not built like that. They're more or less built like Jill Scott in this picture right here that I'm showing. This is the shit that I feel like a lot of niggas, because my father loves himself to Jill Scott. That's why I feel like this is like, that's probably the biggest you'll go. And I don't think she's sloppy here. And she also dresses for her size, which is, and she's lost the weight too, but she also looked good here. Jill Scott has always looked good. Jill Scott has always looked good. This is why I put pictures of, if you're seeing these pictures of the women, I'm putting these pictures of the women that look good. That, even at their biggest, the women look good. So Jill Scott is another one. I feel like, and the best thing about Jill Scott is, I feel like her spirit, like, I feel like if you talk to her, she's like really fucking cool. It's just like, you're someone you could like talk to, hang out with, be in a relationship with, all of the above. Like, you do all of the above with Jill Scott. A lot of people, some of your mothers probably have a body like Jill Scott. Jill Scott is just, Jill Scott is cool. And especially to a lot of black men. Like, even if you don't really fuck with black men like that, you'll fuck with a Jill Scott. I do feel that way. A lot of niggas will fuck with a Jill Scott. And I'm always been on that note of where people are. Because even me, like, there are big girls that I've like messed around with, or even like talked to, but they was a certain type of big girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. The girls that's built like, the ball in the cup joints, where it is just like their top is like real big, but the legs is real small. I always found that weird. It's just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not interested. I've never been interested in girls like that. I know a couple big girls that was attracted to me, and it's just like, damn, you a sweetheart, but I'm just not attracted to you. I'm sorry, even at my biggest, it's just like, and they could turn me down too. It's just like, yeah, no. It's like, yeah, no. And I mean this with all respect. So, also, on the next picture, Queen Latifah. I'm not gonna lie to you, most light-skinned girls are built like this, all right? And they always talk about how fat they are. I've seen, like, even BBW models that's kind of built like Queen Latifah and all that other shit. And, people always talk about how fat you are and all that stuff. It's just like, these are the people. Now, don't get me wrong. You will knock this down. And I don't care what anybody say. You will knock it down. Most of your moms are built like Queen Latifah, too. Like I said, this is not bashing. But most of your mothers are built like Queen Latifah. None of this is a problem. Especially when you get older, you kind of like got this shape of Queen Latifah. This is not a problem at all. I just want that to be known. Queen Latifah, I always thought Queen Latifah was actually really beautiful. Like, she was really beautiful. But I noticed a lot of light-skinned girls are kind of built like this. And they always feel like, I'm like, man, please, like, niggas will holler at you. Like, light-skinned girls are usually built like this. They always feel bad about themselves. It's always, I was like, niggas will pull you. It's like, niggas is not turning you down. Especially if you're biracial. It's like, niggas is not turning you down. At all. Especially when you got that curly hair that people like and all that other stuff. And I'm not trying to turn this into a colorism video and all that other shit. Because I know some Dawson girls that was built like this, and like, niggas ain't not turning it down. But what I'm saying is, a lot of light-skinned girls I know, built like Queen Latifah, niggas is not turning you down. It's like, niggas is not turning you down. And plus, they know how to dress too. They dress their size. I'm not, like I said, I'm not, signing anybody out, but most light-skinned women that's built like Queen Latifah in this picture, they know how to dress. And they especially know how to dress for their size and all that stuff. Everything looks good on them. Everything looks good on them. And now, this is the last. Now the last picture I'm putting up is Pinky. I had to find a Pinky that was suitable for work. And the only one, suitable, because I'm putting this up on my channel. And yes, it's only 17 subscribers on here, but I still wanted to put this up. Pinky. If you are into adult entertainment videos, you know who Pinky is. Now, if you've been watching since the 90s, you know Pinky, she went from a skinny little thing to what she is right now. All right? In the words, Pinky went from Pinky to Big Toe. A lot of people joking with her and all that stuff. Like, she got I can cook the, like, here's the thing about Pinky. She's the shortest out of everyone. All right? I've seen a lot of like 4'11". These are the girls that be wanting to, it's be funny, and I'm not, trying to be funny, but these are the girls, they be wanting a 6-foot nigga. They be like 4'11", 5 foot. They built like her, and they be wanting a 6-foot nigga with muscles and all that stuff. Light skin, dark skin, I done seen it all. They be wanting a 6-foot nigga with muscles, and they built like this. And they built like me. Now, I am going to say this, because a lot of people be bagging on Pinky. I have, and myself included, but I've always said this. Pinky can get anybody, because she is Pinky, and you've seen what she's done in the adult entertainment business. Can fuck any nigga she wants to, because you've seen her skills. And yes, I'm not gonna lie to you, some big girl hit game is on point. All right, big girl hit game is always on point. So you just know, because they treat that shit like a motherfucking Twinkie, and they just sop you up, be like, woo! Big girl head is good, all right? Big girl head be on point. Now, from what you've seen Pinky before, because I can't put them, because every picture I find is just like, either she has a dick in her, or it's not suitable for work. NSFW. So, but anybody know old Pinky, like a lot of niggas would be going after that. Now, she still, I think she does her OnlyFans and all that other stuff. She probably, people still fucking. I hear I seen comments like niggas be like, I still take her down. And I think only reason niggas to say that because they seen her in work. They seen Pinky in work. They seen how she do. And it's just like, oh, you seen her action, you seen the skills, she can give good head, she can ride, and she fuck good. So it's just like, yeah, you definitely, but her moaning, I don't know if I can do with the moaning. This is another, especially if you're like, I'm going to say 5'2", between 5'2" and 5'3" and 4'11". Between 4'11" and 5'3". Most of these women are built like that. Got the arms and everything. She made good mashed potato arms, like thick everywhere, like ass be big as shit. Like she didn't have tits. The only reason she had tits because she's that big and all that other stuff and and she got a belly and all that other stuff. A lot of women are built like this, whether you have kids or not. A lot of women are built like this. There's nothing wrong. Now, me saying this, there's nothing wrong with Pinky. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Pinky, but you have seen the damn weight gain. People said, so that's something you don't notice. But like I said, Pinky still get niggas be like, I fuck the shit out of Pinky. Cause I don't know, niggas like short women. This is why I saw this video of this TikTok, and it was just like, and the funny thing is, the light-skinned girl, and I guess she's a BBW, is just like, niggas will knock you down. And this is what I keep telling people. It's always those light-skinned girls that feel that way that, talk about this. You is not struggling to get dick. Or, not even to get into a relationship. Niggas is knocking you down. Maybe you're not getting the niggas you want because they probably want a more in-shape girl. But she's not ugly. And I will put her video up. And I would try to find her video up.
I'm fully convinced that a lot of y'all men don't like women. Y'all like little girls. Y'all walk around talking about, it's just preference. I just have preferences. Talking about no saggy skin, no cellulite, no stretch marks. Titties need to be all the way up here. Okay, titties tiny and up here. No hair on your body at all. And she needs to be small, cute little voice. Yeah, what you're describing is a prepubescent girl, a child. The problem is y'all don't like women. Y'all like children, and it's weird as hell.
And I've always said this. Niggas is not knocking you down, because she was talking about how, y'all want a bodies of a child and all that other stuff, and in which I disagree with. It is bullshit. All right, it is total bullshit. I think if a man I would say this: if a man that's in shape wants a girl that's in shape, yeah, he's not gonna be going after fucking a big girl. Even if someone that look like her and niggas are knock her down and all that stuff. Hell, even get into a relationship with her, because I can see her being in a relationship. They're knocking her down. Drake like the BBWs. It's like, if you're in battle rap, it's like, you see what Nunu Nails looked like before and what she looked like now. But niggas, it's just like, I still fuck the shit out of Nunu Nails. Dress your size, for one. And I'm going to always say that. Dress your size. That goes for male and female. But also, big girls, I'm not just messing with you, because there are some stuff that skinny women feel like they can wear, they can't. All right? I've always said that. Just because you're skinny does not mean you can put on a crop top. Some girls just don't have the stomach for it. And I say skinny girls with crop tops, it's just like, bitch, you look hungry. Just like, eat something. And I told people, I went to a Hooters, and it's like, them girls was like rail thin. And it's just like, yeah, they were pretty, but they was just like rail thin and shit. And I was like, damn, I need to eat something. But, and plus, it's just like, we live in a society now where, like, I don't want to say the Kim K type of body, because I hate saying the Kim K type of body, because she got that body from black women. But I will say Melissa Ford. Well, Melissa Ford type of body, that's like the perfect, that's what everybody wants. If you think that the perfect body that a nigga will go after, Melissa Ford. Amara La Negra before she got pregnant. I don't look. I think that woman is astonishingly beautiful, and all that other stuff. But I would say this: the perfect, and they're not real thin. They're not super skinny. They're not a size 2. Those are some thick models. If you get a Key Toy or Buffy the Body, niggas be proud of that. It's just show them the ass. Show them the ass, girl. Show them the ass. Niggas be showing her off. Alright? If you got a girl niggas will fuck with a Halle Berry. That shit. A Beyonce. Hell, Beyonce thick now. Like, if you ever seen thick Beyonce, people love thick Beyonce. When Rihanna got a little thicker, people love thick Rihanna. It's just like, damn, she look good. I remember with Brandy, she was thick at one point. And she had ass, and niggas was just like, damn, Brandy got an ass. I seen the Brat. If you seen the latest picture of the Brat and all that other shit, and I've always said this, I picked the Brat over Lisa Ray any fucking day. Bruh, I'd take that. It's like, I'd take the Brat the fuck down. I've always said that. Lisa Ray is beautiful, by the way. I think Lisa Ray is really beautiful. But if you tell me who you picking, and there's Lisa Ray and there's the Brat, I'm going the Brat. So, in conclusion, and I'm trying to end this, alright, there's a lot of dudes in there, and don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of dudes in there that do support the BBWs. They probably date the BBWs. Hell, they get in relationships with BBWs. I've seen those. But what type of BBW you going after? And what qualifies to you as a BBW? Because some of the girls, they'll probably, even, Takara at her biggest, they probably wouldn't consider her as a BBW. Queen Latifah, a Monique, yeah. But a Takara, no, because she's curvy. She had to be an Ashley Stewart. She wasn't in them joints. She was in Ashley Stewart. I think Ashley Stewart got great clothes for big women that look good. But, it's just that I do feel like, yes, a lot of dudes do support big girls, but it's just like, what type of big girls you supporting? It's like, what's your limit? It's like, because you're not going after every big girl. And I'm just saying that. Especially if she's on, you might take one for the team, but hell, you ain't going to enjoy it. But unless their sex is really good. Then you be like, God damn, this big bitch done sucked me up, better than any fucking skinny bitch. So, it's just that that's where I'm going with. That's where I'm going to. And it's sincerely a certified fat nigga that do not have a certified fat nigga, all right? And that's where I'm going to end it on. Let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.